I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke for way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Ram. What's this?
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Brandon Graham in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Lucy. 11. Move.
Now Bortles. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nigel Bradham. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. Into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard. When it hits a couple yards into the end zone, a missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wentz now on first down. Ertz has it left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Dante Fowler in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw, it's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Wentz now to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 45 yards. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. To throw, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And now it's second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Lucy.
Bortles to throw once more. Buying time to his left. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This one fielded at the 5. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Shorty.
On first down, Wentz. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Myles Jack not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Great.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Jay Ajayi, 51 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Hey, 54, Ricky. 372.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Dumps it off to Fournette. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw is Bortles. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brandon Graham getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Sunday.
Throwing now is Bortles. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So the defense... They're opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Trey 15. Black. Shorty. Liz. Lion.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Trey 57.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Black. Great. 82. Run. Liz. Black, come on. Shift. 81.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Going to look deep for Jeffrey. And that is going to be incomplete. Doug Pedersen's guys come up empty here on fourth down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
So right. Hey, let's go. Trick left, trick green.
On second down, here's Bortles. Safarian Jenkins has it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Hey, let's go. Trick left. Lucy.
Bortles going to try and throw on third down. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
11B. 372. Go left. So right. Hank. Hey, spread left. 77. 77. 372. Lucy. Move. Lucy.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
11B. 11B. Lucy. 372. Move.
Bortles now on first down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, Just a couple seconds extra, please.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Throw that. 372. 73, 73. Move.
On first down, Bortles. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Lucy. So right. Move.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Going for it all. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
73.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive linemen, the center and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they still didn't when they got close to the goal line. Made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
82.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw is Wentz, eluding the pressure right. Aguilar has it. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
Nice movement there by Carson Wentz outside of the pocket, completes another pass. Help me out here, partner. He's not sneaky athletic. He is athletic. How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, you've been making that declaration for a while, and at 6'5", he ran a 40 of 4.77, so not only big, but he can move.
That's a good time for a quarterback. He and Andrew Luck, similar physiques, similar athletic ability.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Lucy.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
372. Lucy. Move.
Bortles now on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. It's Jaguar football, but a little coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
372. Lucy. 372. Lucy. 11B. Move. Lucy. 11.
Bortles now to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Miles Jack in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Wentz. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. They run with Ajayi, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily The coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Wentz to throw on second down. And that's complete to Jeffrey. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Black. 82.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Go. Black. Come on. Great. There, sit. Lefty.
From the gun, it's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Lion. Black. Sweet. Over here. Hey, other side, solid.
Back to throw. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
82. Great 15. Great. Sit.
They'll look to throw. Completes it to Ajayi. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to throw. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throw that. Hank. Move. 379, loosen. 372.
Bortles going to throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Lucy. Lucy. Throw left. Hey, 54, Ricky. Move. 11B.
Bortles to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They give to Smallwood. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.